Okay, if you've been on the internet at all recently, you've seen this exact animation style. It's clean, it's fast, and it is absolutely everywhere. Today, we're going to break down how it's made. And then I'm going to show you how to do it about 10 times faster using AI.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? These really snappy 3D animated shorts that explain, I don't know, why a golf ball has dimples or what would happen if the moon disappeared. They just have this super distinct look and feel, and they're crazy effective at grabbing your attention.
So, a creator named Zack Films pretty much perfected the style, and a ton of people have tried to copy it. The old school way, it's really complex and it takes hours, but what if you could just skip all of that? What if you could go from a simple idea in your head to a finished animation with just a couple lines of text? Well, that's exactly what we're about to dive into.
All right, so before we can replicate something, we have to understand it. So for this first part, let's put on our creative detective hats and really deconstruct this viral style into its most basic, essential parts. You know, when you really break it down, the formula is surprisingly simple. It's not about these super detailed, complex models. It's all about combining a few key things. That clean grid background, some simple 3D characters but with really expressive faces, and these super smooth, intentional camera movements. Then you just edit it all together with quick cuts, layer on a clear voiceover, and slap on those big, bold captions to keep people glued to the screen.
So, this is how you'd have to do it manually. I mean, look at this. You'd start with your script, record the voiceover, then storyboard every single shot. Then you'd have to jump into a program like Blender to either make or find your 3D assets, use another tool like Mixamo to rig the characters so they can actually move, then animate the camera, and then wait for it to render, frame by painful frame. Finally, you pull it all into Premiere to edit, and then something like CapCut for captions. It is a total marathon. And how long is that marathon? Well, creators who've actually documented this whole process say you are looking at about 5 hours of work for one 30-second video. 5 hours. That is a massive, massive bottleneck for anyone who wants to create content on a regular basis.
But here's the good news. That 5-hour marathon is no longer the only option. This is where AI just completely changes the entire game. It takes that whole multi-hour, multi-software nightmare and turns it into one single streamlined step. I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got this whole chain of complicated software and all the technical skills that go with them. And on the right, the AI workflow. All of that, the rigging, the rendering, the editing, it all gets replaced by your ability to just describe what you want to see. Your main tool isn't a timeline and a mouse anymore, it's language. And the tool that makes all this magic happen is Google's VO3. Now, this is not just some little GIF maker. It's a full-on foundational model that actually understands things like visual language, physics, and cinematic styles. You feed it a detailed description, and it spits out a high-quality video clip, often with sound effects and even dialogue already baked in. It's basically your director, animator, and sound designer all rolled into one. Okay, so if the AI is doing all the heavy lifting, what's our job? Well, our job is to be a great director. And in this new world, a director's most important tool is the prompt. So let's build one right now from scratch. After a ton of playing around with this, people have figured out that VO3 really likes a specific structure. You want to front-load the most important stuff. So you start with a shot type, then describe your subject and what they're doing, define the overall style, and then finish with camera moves and audio. Seriously, this is the formula for success. All right, let's start with our subject. We're not just going to say a person. To get that specific Zack Films vibe, we need to be more precise. We'll say a 3D character with expressive eyes and a simple, clean design. See? Those little details really matter. Next up, where is our character? We need to add that signature background. So let's add stands on a simple, minimalist plane with a grid texture. Again, notice the descriptive words. Simple, minimalist, grid texture. The AI eats these cues up. Now, what's happening in the scene? The key here is to stick to one clear action for each prompt. If you try to do too much, you'll just confuse the model. So for this, our character and looks shocked as a cartoonish anvil falls from the sky. Simple, direct, and really easy for the AI to visualize. Okay, this part is absolutely crucial. We have to tell the AI how we want the scene to look and feel. We're not just asking for a 3D animation. We're giving it the genre in the style of a short, fast-paced 3D animated explainer video. And we can even add virtually realistic to nudge it towards that super clean aesthetic.
And here's the final product, all put together. We've added our shot type at the beginning, medium shot, and a specific camera move with a smooth camera push-in. And maybe most importantly, we've included instructions for audio. We didn't just cross our fingers and hope for sound. We specifically asked for it. Audio, surprised gasp, whoosh sound effect. This one block of text now has every single instruction the AI needs. So once you get that basic structure down, you can start really fine-tuning the details. This is the part where you stop being just a prompter and you actually become a director for your own little AI film crew. So one of the biggest questions is, how do you get those smooth, dynamic camera shots that really define the style? It's not like you can grab a virtual camera and move it yourself. You have to use the right words. The cool thing is, Veo 3 understands standard filmmaking language. So instead of typing "move the camera forward," you would say "dolly shot" or "slow push-in." Want to circle around your character? Just use "orbit around subject." Need a different perspective? Try high angle or low angle. Using these precise professional terms gives you so much more control. Okay, now this is where it gets really, really fun. What if you want to create something that doesn't look like a Zack Films video at all? How do you tell the AI to completely switch its artistic style? This is just incredible. By simply changing that style part of the prompt, you can get completely different results. Tell it to make something in the style of a Pixar animation, and you'll get that beautiful, polished 3D look. Swap that out for it in the style of South Park, and boom, it generates a 2D cutout animation. You can ask for a claymation, a graphic novel look. The AI knows this huge library of visual styles, and all you have to do is name them. So, what does all of this actually mean? It means the toolbox that creators have to work with just got a massive, massive upgrade. The old barriers, technical skill and time, are just being demolished, opening up a whole new future for creating fast, high-quality content. So here it is, the entire playbook in 4 simple steps. 1. Deconstruct the style you're going for. 2. Build your idea using that master prompt structure we talked about. 3. Direct the little details, the camera, the style, the sound. And 4. Generate and iterate. The first one might not be perfect, but you just tweak your prompt and try again until you get exactly what you want. And this is the question I really want to leave you with. This technology isn't just about making one style of video faster. It's about what becomes possible when the friction between having an idea and actually executing it practically disappears. When a job that took 5 hours now takes 5 minutes, the only real limit left is your own imagination. So, what stories are you going to tell?